actually we haven't created this token component. So this one is not we have created, so let's quickly create that one. Okay, so let's come here and create another component. Create a folder called token. We have to create the JSX file, and we have to create the CSS file as well. Click on this and create the CSS file, module.css, and that looks pretty good. And if we come here back in the token sections, and here we are sending this prop open setting, so simply copy, and that's what we have to receive here as a prop. And now we have to receive couple of things from the React as well. So use state, use effect, we have to import the image, we have to do the internal import style, that's coming from the same directory. We have to import the images, that's coming from the asset folder. We have to import couple of components, so we need to import the toggle button. So when someone will click, it will go to left to right. That's the button we are creating. And say from, and let's say it's coming from the index, and that's the internal import we have. Now we can start working on the JSX. So let's take a div. It will have a class, say let's say token. Inside that we'll have another div. It will have a class called style.token-box. We'll have another div. It will have a style.token-box heading. We'll have a h4, and here we're going to type our text setting. We'll come down, we'll take our image, we'll say images.close button. It will have the alt tag, close, width 50, height 50, and it will have an on click function. So this will allow us to close the model. So we'll say this is what we have received. Simply copy, come here, and we are calling this open setting. And actually we didn't need to, we have to call this set open setting. We have to call, simply copy this, and we have to set this, change this to open setting, not set open setting, not only open setting. Okay, so simply copy and receive the right one, and that's the one we're going to call it here. We'll say it false. So that's our close button we have, looking fine. Come here, we'll take a p. It will have a class called style dot token box para. In that we're going to take this slippage tolerance, and down below we're going to take this image, and we want to display the image of the lock. It will have the alt tag image, width is going to be 20 and height is going to be 20, pretty small. So that's the slippage tolerance. Let's take a div. It will have a style, it will have a token box input. Inside that we'll have a button, and it will say auto, and down below we're going to take the input, and this input will have a text type placeholder 0.10%, because that's what I want to set as a percentage. You can set it something high, but this I'm going with the 10%. Okay, 0.10%. So that's the input we have. Now we can come down, we can take a para, and it will have a class called style box para. Actually we are repeating. Simply do one thing, simply copy this part and replace this with, because we going to need the same thing, we can only change the text. So lock would be there, and we have to, the slippage tolerance is also there. Okay, so right now I'm going with this text, but we're going to check it. Simply copy this part as well and simply paste here. So this is the two input field we have, copy, cut and paste here, and change the text, because this is what we have in the design, and this is going to be 30. So that looks pretty good to me. This looks pretty decent. And now we're going to take this h3, and then that's, we'll say interface setting, and we'll take a div. It will have a class style dot, we'll say token box toggle. In that we're going to take this paragraph, and we'll say style token box, and in that we're going to simply type our text transaction deadline. So that's the one we have. And now here we're going to call the toggle component itself, and that's the entire JSX part for this token. We haven't written any code for the toggle, but we're going to create that as well. So let's come here and come to the browser, and if I click on this, you can see I am getting this error message. Refresh, and And I know why I'm getting this error message, because we have created this component, token component, but we haven't imported that, and we are using straight away. So if I turn this on, I'll get an error. You can see I'm getting that error because I haven't imported the component, token component. So that looks pretty good to me. That's the only error I have. Come here and we go to into the index.js, and here we have to import the token component, and we have to export that. Simply copy and we have to simply export it. If you save it, come back, and right now you can see we have the token component, and our click function is also working. Close, open, close, open. It's working fine. Now we can start styling that part. So let's do the inspect element very quickly, and come here, go to this index, close this one, and here we are. Copy this hero section, and we can start styling that part. Simply come here, and things are looking good to me. So we have to start working on the token itself, because we have done the hero section. So let's start working on the token style part. Come here, go to this where it is here, and we have to target the token, make it side by side. First thing is going to be position absolute, margin 0 auto, background color is going to be our primary color, and padding is going to be 2 RAM, border radius 0.5 RAM, and width is going to be 13 RAM, and height is going to be 25 RAM. So that's how it will look, pretty good. Let's come down. We have to take the token and box heading. Display is going to be flex, align item center, justify content space between. Token box heading 2, sorry. Font size going to 1.2 RAM, line height 0. Token box para, display flex, align item center, gap is going to be 1 RAM. Let's come down. Token box input, display flex, gap is going to be 1 RAM, align item center, token box input button, background color is going to be our second primary, border 0, outline 0, padding 0.5 RAM and 1 RAM, border radius 0.5 RAM, font size and font size 1 RAM. That's how it will look, pretty good. Target the token box input, color transparent, border 0, outline 0, width is going to be 80%, and border is going to be 1 pixels solid, and it will have our second primary color. Padding is going to be 0.5 RAM and 1 RAM. Border radius 0.5 RAM, text align end, and cursor pointer. Actually that looks pretty good, but I don't need the cursor. Simply remove this one, and that looks pretty good. Okay, so let's come down. We have to target the token box toggle, and display is going to flex, align item center, justify content space between. That's how it will look. Now let's add the media query only, and max width 35 em, token width is going to be 100%. That looks pretty beautiful, and that's the token width we have. We can open, we can close. You can see it's 100% responsive. That looks pretty good on our desktop. We can easily able to type the slippage tolerance. Right now it's not doing, but it's going to work. So that's the entire CSS parts looking pretty good, and here we can provide this color. So if we type, we can have the color in the input as well. Look good to me. And we can open, close. Things are looking good. Things are looking good to me. You can close,